over the other? Why? Did you find one effective, one not? Yes.
Walmart's is a lie.
Why is it a lie?
Because it's not buying the same thing that rich people buy. It's totally different. They buy Louis Vuitton.
Did you discuss a little bit? Did you discuss a little bit in your about it being alive?
Yeah, we did. We're just saying it just doesn't seem true. You know, it doesn't seem like that's true.
Why do you think they would use a mission statement like that?
The white phone.
To make people feel good about what they buy, so they won't feel like it's really cheap or not low class stuff.
So it serves a purpose.
It does somewhat. I really don't like their use of the word.
It's also divisive. It's divisive. It sets up categories of people, and yeah, exactly. That's what it's.
So it sets up categories of people. Right. I just think that that's the way things are, so that could be the message of, oh, let's equalize things. Take it to a different angle, from their standpoint. This is our statement of saying, but see, we can all be on equal ground now. So I'm going to present things to you that you can buy, and we can bring the divide back to the middle.
So your thought is that Walmart's hoping that they can portray themselves as the great equalizer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Along those lines, I think with appealing to franchise and want to do things that other people do or rich people do.
So I think you're saying it's appealing to a particular demographic.
That also that for the mentality of the people that they're trying to be appealing, that they also show the same viewpoint, and so in that way, that we're on the same side, we're on the same team, and in that way, we can attract more people.
But at the same time, we felt that it was really condescending because you're saying, what is an ordinary folk as opposed to rich people.
So we're talking about language.
Yeah, and the language is very condescending. It's just saying that if you come to Walmart, you'll have a chance to be better. Like rich people, they can buy stuff elsewhere, but you can't. You're ordinary.
But at the same time, it could be normalized until low-income people say that we are the majority, we're ordinary folks, so it also could be normalizing to a certain group of people.
So language has the ability to attract certain people, right?
Walmart must not feel that good about this, because I've never heard this before. I've never seen it written anywhere. We always see it just as everyday low prices.
So now we have sort of another option.
I'd like to just give a little bit of bibliographic reference. This is from some time ago. This is dated. This is not Walmart today, but this is from some time ago. So I want to give context, but that's important that it has changed over time. So this is that's one of the
I also think we have to look at it as it serves Walmart's purpose. Walmart's not like a social justice organization or trying to bridge the gaps between people's income. They're trying to sell stuff. And so their mission statement might work really well for actually what their mission is. If you're a social service organization that's trying to bridge a gap in income, you're not going to be like, well, we're trying to help poor folks equal up to rich folks. Even if you're trying to even ground, you would say it differently. So it is language, but for them, that's probably a really good mission statement to sell their stuff.
Any other thoughts about any of the other ones?
Yeah, let's go.
I like the Florida Arts Council one. It's simple language and straight to the point.
Other thoughts about that? Yes.
We really liked number 2, and it was more defined, and it kind of told us what they do, and Luis mentioned the goal and the method was very straightforward.
So liking number 2,
Right, and how.
yeah, because it's very defined, very clear.
Yeah, we looked at number 1, and while it sounds really cute and pleasant, it also holds like a very consumer background because it implies that we're not happy. And in order to be happy, we have to go to the happiest place on earth, which is Disneyland. So it kind of holds this very consumerist message.
Any other thoughts about the Disney one? Anybody?
We thought like it wasn't like say a target audience, happy for what, like it wasn't really completely
Not, so the thought there was that it's very incomplete. For who?
Yeah.
For who? Who are we?
That is
Oh,
But on the other hand, I don't think Disney has an exact target audience, because I know, like, I'm from Florida, so I've been around it, and they really try to get anyone and everyone to go there and enjoy it. Like, people go there on their honeymoon, people bring their families there, like, kids from college go there, so I don't think they have a set thing, except as people in the country.
so that's maybe part of their purpose of the mission statement, is that it's attractive to everybody. Maybe that's why they leave those definitions off.
Like in thinking about the difference between like corporations who are attempting to make money and people who are doing like human work. I think what's interesting about the first and the last is that they are false, right? Like they are inherently not true. Like for Walt, or at least there is an untrue side. Like for Walt Disney, it says to make people happy. But of course, like the way Walt Disney, there's all these things about like the mascots at the parks are paid like $0 an hour and have no rights at all, right? And like Walmart says they're giving ordinary folks the chance to do all these things, but Walmart is like the biggest like anti-union, like anti single mom, like anti-healthcare, so really their job is to purport the inverse of what they are doing and make us buy into it, not just buy the product. Whereas our work is honesty, right? Like our work is to figure out exactly what we are doing, right? Our work is to say, like Kathy says, it's like we are making magic and we need to articulate our magic. We don't need to do magic tricks to pretend like we're doing something we are not.
Right. But the importance of language, that language can be used maybe to hide nefarious sort of things.
We also liked the second one, the Nature Conservancy, and one of the things I really like about it is that if they're making a decision of should we do this or should we do this, they actually could go back to their mission statement and say, well, is this something that preserves plants, animals, blah, 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 blah. Whereas I could pretty much guarantee you that Walt Disney, when they're making a decision, doesn't say, well, will this make people happy? I'm pretty sure it's more about, will this make us money?
And it's sort of like what Daniel's going back to. Like, do you see them living up to the mission? Is it a living thing? Is that something that they're adhering to completely? So, like the purpose of it.
On a similar note, I think the Nature Conservancy one is the only one. I feel like one of the points of the mission statement is to define your organization. And for all the rest of them, maybe not for Walmart, but for Walt Disney and the Florida Arts Council, it could be multiple organizations. But the Nature Conservancy says how and really sort of narrows it down to be specific about just them.
Right, very specific.
I just want to say the one thing I don't like about the Nature Conservancy one is what Shannon said, which is blah, blah, blah. It's too long. It's a list of things they do, but there's no heart to it, to me. There's no, I don't get a sense of really where they're coming from, though.
Do you feel heart from the Nature Conservancy?
I should.
Yeah.